Hello. I love this mug. What if one of the biggest reasons you feel tired and stuck, or maybe even quietly frustrated in your life, is because you're trying so hard just to be not respected, not aligned, but just liked? And the truth is, the courage required to live your own life, your soul driven life, begins with being willing to be misunderstood, disagreed with, and yes, even. So today's musing is about the courage to step out of the shadow of people pleasing and reclaiming the power that comes from within when you live the truth, your own truth. I'm Laura Clark, founder of the Wise Living Institute, and this is another Mug Musing. These are simple moments where we pause together, sit on a thought for a while, and you take what resonates with you. You take what serves you, and that you can bring in and implement into your life quickly and easily, and leave the rest behind. These are reflections that are really designed to help wisdom not just be something that you hear, but something that you live and embrace. Here's something I've noticed over lots of years working with thoughtful, intuitive, purpose driven women. Many of them, and us, believe people pleasing is simply part of being kind. It's part of being thoughtful and compassionate. But there's a big difference between kindness and living your life organized around other people's approval versus your own priorities, your own purpose. Because when you build your decisions around whether people like you, you will start, honest to goodness, losing contact with your own voice. So let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed yourself explaining too much, trying to smooth things over, or just in your truth, what you believe and what you value, right? Just a little so someone else will stay more, or they'll like you more because you are, the boundary is becoming gray. And if so, you are not alone. This is where the courage to be disliked becomes one of the most powerful acts of self leadership that you can practice. Let me know if you've caught yourself doing this ever. I could probably write a book about it because that's how I lived in my 20s and even into my 30s, was trying to make others just, and it did not serve me. I ended up making wrong decisions and quiet decisions that never allowed me to flourish in the way that I know I do now, that I really don't care if people like me. I like being respected. I like being liked, but I don't need it. I don't flourish. When we think of people pleasing, we often frame it in this being nice. But the deeper truth is when you constantly and consistently silence your truth to keep that peace, something inside of you begins to shrink. Your voice, it becomes quieter. Your desires become less clear. Your clarity of your hopes and your dreams becomes opaque. And over time, the life you're living feels off. Not quite yours. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because you are acquiescing to everybody else's need to, your need to have everybody like you, but their needs are superseding your own, and your soul knows that it's been sidelined. Here's what I know is that egos speak loud and clear. Our own egos speak up. They want to keep you safe. And our soul gets very quiet. And people pleasing isn't just exhausting. It actually literally can become soul crushing. Courage isn't loud. It's energetic. Most people imagine it as bold speeches and dramatic moments. But real courage is often that soul wisdom, the real courage is listening to that soul wisdom as it's quiet. It looks like saying no without over explaining. It's letting someone misunderstand your decision. And choosing for yourself the path that feels aligned for you, even when others begin to question and they come at you. But you know in your heart of hearts and your soul that it's the right choice for you. And you stop organizing your life around their approval. When this happens, something kind of magical happens. Even kind of whimsical. Your energy returns. The energy that fuels your clarity, your creativity, and your purpose. The flame, the embers of the flame start growing, and you start living your truth. You are more respected than ever before. If these reflections resonate with you, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next mug musing when it drops in. Each week, a couple of times a week, we explore ideas like this to help you to reconnect to your wisdom, your soul, your intuition, and live much more intentionally. Now, here's the truth that many people really avoid. If everybody likes you, there's really an honest to goodness chance that you're living a carefully edited version of you. You are not meant to be everybody's best friend. Because the moment you begin to speak honestly and set your boundaries and live within those and don't let people walk all over you, some people are going to feel uncomfortable. Some of those people will start speaking against you. You know, it's the little whispers around the water cooler. And it's not because you're wrong, and it's not because you're unkind or not compassionate. It's because you're no longer playing by the habit or the role that they are used to. And it can be really scary at first, honestly. But honestly, it can be really free. And all of a sudden, you're like, you can take that big breath because you've been folding, you've been constricting your life up until this point. Because the relationships that remain, the new ones that are formed, connect with you. And they become much more passionate and much more personal, much more purposeful. And that's where true belonging and connection begin. So today's mug musing gives you these reflections to sit with. One, people pleasing isn't about being kind. It's not kind. It's actually crushing your soul. Two, real courage isn't loud or dramatic. It's just holding your place. It's choosing energetic alignment over approval. That's key. It's choosing energetic alignment over approval. And the third is being disliked by someone is sometimes simply the price that you pay for being fully seen by so many others who really want you to shine brightly, who really want to know more about your genius and your brilliance, because you are, who want to see that flame not be an ember, but actually be a full-blown bonfire. So that's what you can sip on today. Sip on, right? When in your life, you might be adjusting yourself just a little for others in order to stay liked. What might shift if you allowed yourself to live one step, one mini step closer to your truth? One boundary created that you're not going to let get opaque. Think about that. Use what serves you and gently just let the rings be released. If this mug sparked that ember or anything else for you, let me know in the comments below what is landed, and make sure you subscribe because you'll be notified when the next mug musing comes in, and you won't want to miss the next few ones coming. They are. So until then, keep reflecting, keep smiling, and always mug on.